Hello and welcome to March, Raptor fans. It is the Starting Five Vlog edition. CB4, save us. You are our only hope. Welcome to March. As I said, the Raptors now just a month and a half away from what hopefully will be the playoffs. It should be the playoffs, and a special thanks to my Raptors Dance Pack Calendar 2010 for being a prop and helping us out off the top there. Proceeds from that went to the Team Up Foundation. The Raptors do a lot of good things in the community. They actually today had a drive getting people to donate blood, and they're doing lots of good things in the community with the Team Up Foundation and stuff like that. I know MLSC sometimes gets a hard rap from fans, but they do a lot of good in the Toronto community and in the Southern Ontario area as well. So good for them, doing good things, and the proceeds from that calendar went to that. It also isn't too bad to look at. Now, speaking of bad to look at, there was last night's Raptor game where the Raptors took on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I know most of you were not paying attention and were not watching because a lot of you apparently were on the streets of Toronto partying Canada's victory in hockey and just in general partying at the fact that the Vancouver Olympics were successful and Canada won the most golds ever in the history of the Winter Olympics, and that is something for all Canadians to take pride in, not just the hockey gold medal, but 13 others with great athletes, great stories, great for this country, and go Canada go in that sense. As for the Raptors and go Raptors go, they didn't really go last night, and they played the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, if you remember last season, it was a heartbreaking loss in Oklahoma City to a Thunder team that was not anything like the one we have now, in which they struggled to get wins, and the Raptors' loss to the Thunder was a real low point of last season. This is a different Thunder team. It's a Thunder team that I actually picked to make the playoffs in the West. I actually picked Scott Brooks to be the coach of the year based on the fact they were going to make those playoffs. And it's looking good for Oklahoma City to do just that. And they tore apart the Raptors last night. Kevin Durant was awesome. The Raptors could not stop him. And the Raptors were, of course, again, without their best player in Chris Bosh, and that's a growing concern. He's been out 5 games. He's not on this road trip. He will not be in Houston tonight playing for the Raptors wearing number 4, and that is going to be a problem for this Raptors team for as long as he is out. It also begs the question of what this team would look like without him come 2010, and it's not a very rosy picture to see this Raptor team without Chris Bosh. He really is the straw that stirs the drink for this basketball team, and they need him in there to be successful. And guess what? They need to re-sign him in 2010. I said at the beginning of this season that everything to do with this team would always come back to that point. It is the elephant in the room. It is the biggest question for this basketball team moving forward as a franchise. Not what they do this season, but what they do for seasons to come. If Chris Bosh stays or if he goes, is going to have a dramatic impact on that. And the guy is just simply so good. And when he's not in there, I think you get to see that even more so. That 20 and 10 is not in the lineup, and he just is the best player on this team by a wide margin. I wrote about it this morning. It is the truth, and Chris Bosh is number 1 on the Raptors for a reason, and you're seeing it when the Raptors play against good teams like Oklahoma City last night, as they just got torn apart, and it was not good. Let's be honest about it. More things to talk about, though, in the starting 5, and we'll get to those as we roll along through this episode. What's up with Double D? What's up? Yeah, what is up with Double D? He's having his struggles. He's a rookie. These things are going to happen. And he's matched up against some pretty tough competition at his position, Kevin Durant, last night. And basically, DeMar's a rookie. We're going to have these points where he's going to take steps backwards. And you got to be patient. You got to hope that by the time this Raptor team is ready to go to the playoffs, that he is able to play a role and be a part of what they're doing. If not, they're going to need someone else to step up. Maybe that's Sonny Weems, his young gun teammate, or I don't know what you are if you're in the Young Guns. I guess you're like amigos or something. But his young gun amigo, Sonny Weems, playing pretty well. Antoine Wright could be a guy that steps up. But as for DeMar, he's a rookie. It's going to take time. Be patient. He will get it. He studies hard. He works hard. Don't worry, Raptor fans. DeMar DeRozan will figure it out, and he will get better. And he's just going through a rough patch right now. If you remember, Chris Bosh had those rough patches too. Every rookie does. Andrea Bargnani, a classic example. He had a whole year of struggling, and he's starting to figure it out. So do not worry, do not fear. DeMar and Air Canada will be okay. Trust me. Reggie, free Amir. You may have noticed that Reggie Evans is back on the floor for your Toronto Raptors. It's hard not to. He is like a bull in a china shop, and he gets things done when he's in there, or he tries as hard as he can to make things happen. And that has reduced the minutes for Amir Johnson. He's also usually the second guy off the bench in terms of rotation, whereas Reggie is first. First thing you have to understand, Reggie is under contract next year. Amir Johnson is not. So Reggie is going to get a bigger opportunity to do his thing as long as he's healthy and can contribute. That being said, Amir Johnson can contribute too, and he's done a great job when Reggie has been out. The main problem he has is attracting fouls. Reggie can as well. But throw them both out there, let them do their thing, and things will sort itself out. There isn't an issue here, so let's not do the Toronto Raptor fan thing and create an issue where there isn't one. Just this one time, please? Is that alright? Because these guys do get along. I don't think there is an issue, so let's not create one. Because there really isn't one. They both do the same thing. Throw them out there, let them be aggressive, and if the fouls come for Amir, for Reggie, you've got the other one to back that guy up. So I don't see a problem. You don't have to choose between cheering for Reggie or freeing Amir. You can have a little bit of both, and it'll work out. So, the schedule for the Toronto Raptors, as I mentioned, they play Houston tonight. 2 games at home starting on Friday versus the Knicks and Philadelphia. See, I glanced over there. You see the calendar here? Melanie, the first year on the dance pack for her. She is the girl for March on the calendar, but it also has a schedule down below there. Keep you up to date with what's going on with your Raptors as far as who they play, where they play, and all that. As I was saying, after those 2 games at home, they will be on a 4-game road trip to the West Coast where they'll take on the LA Lakers to start. Not easy. And then a little bit easier competition in the Golden State Warriors, Sacramento Kings, and a bit tougher team in Portland who the Raptors had trouble beating without Chris Bosh. And speaking of which, please, Chris, heal your ankle. Do whatever you have to do. We need you back. Come Friday, got to see number 4 in the lineup because this team simply is not as good without him as they are with him. And they need to start getting wins because if you check the standings, which aren't on the calendar, but if you check them at the various places you can, you will notice Chicago is playing well and coming up quick in the rear view for the Toronto Raptors. Milwaukee has also made a push, and they're back in the playoffs, knocking off the Bobcats into 9th place. And teams are playing well, and the Raptors have to get the foot back on the accelerator pedal, and who better to do that than the man that drives the bus, CB4. So that's it for me. That was the starting 5 Vlog edition. Thanks to all that support the Dino Nation Blog, and hopefully things are better for the Toronto Raptors tonight. One more game without CB4 at least as they take on the Houston Rockets. That's it. We're done. We're balling, and we're out of here. Peace! This has been a DNB production. The Dino Nation Blog is part of the SCORE Sports Federation. Check us out at www.dinonationblog.com.